It's the 25th annual Wine Country Holiday Home Tour. It is Sunday, December 8th, 2013. And it's going to be tours of the mansion 2 to 6 p.m., and we're going to be talking about that right now. It's December 8th, and it's the 25th annual event. So in the studio today, Gretchen Olson, Mary Corrigan, and Vicki Gross here on KLYC's Cup of Coffee. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning. All in harmony. Thank you very much this morning. So this is 25 years that's been going on. Tell me about the Wine Country Holiday Home Tour. Who wants to start off?
I can do that.
Okay.
Mary Corrigan here. And yes, this is a 25th annual Wine Country Holiday Home Tour. It started off originally being sponsored by one of the local churches here, and Soroptimists took over after the first 5 years. And so for 25 years, this lovely tour has been going on. And then about 6 years ago, 2008, we actually began having an auction and festivities out at the Bayou Mansion in conjunction with it. It has always taken place on a Sunday afternoon from noon until 6 o'clock. And we have, we're really blessed this year. We have 5 beautiful homes in McMinnville that are going to be open for the tour, as well as the festivities out at the Bayou, which will be a silent auction, refreshments, and live music.
Talk to me about the Bayou. Is that, no, there's a home on this tour that was one of the original homes from the original tour?
No, the actual, well, yes, we do have one.
Okay.
That is going to be the Apperson home on 6th and Cowles. And right now it's currently owned by a realtor out of the state and being rented by Carolyn and Al O'Brien. And this home is absolutely lovely. It's actually on the historical registry. So that is a very significant factor on that particular home. But it's historical to Soroptimist as well, because it was on our very first tour 25 years ago. So it's wonderful because the home will be decorated throughout from top to bottom, and it's absolutely a delightful old craftsman-style home. And we have a wide variety, actually, of homes this year on the tour. A very small home, brand new homes, historical homes. There's something for everybody to see out there.
It's a lot of fun to go on these tours because I've gone on other tours similar to this, and it's always nice to see what people have done with their homes. You get some ideas about maybe what you can do on your home. So do we have a list of the homes? Take us on a little mini tour here. What can we expect?
Well, I will do that. I'd be glad to do that. The Apperson home is one I just mentioned that will be on 6th and Cowles. And Christmas truly abounds throughout this home. The owners have a nutcracker collection. They have tree ornaments that have been collected for generations by family members. The fun thing that I think is going to happen with this is that Patty Webb and her sister, whose parents, the Days, lived in the home for several years, will be actually on the tour dressed in historical garb, and they will be taking a lot of the guests throughout, and they will be giving a little history of the tour of the home as you walk through. That's going to be an absolute delight. And then we have another home just down the street from there on 9th and Cowles, and it is the 1926 home by Harper Jameson, and this particular home is owned by a couple, the Vorm family, and they have a lovely collection of Danish ornaments, and you'll have a feel of Scandinavia as you go throughout. In the backyard, there's an A-frame home that was built in the 70s, and her mother actually lives there. So that's an addition that is not actually a separate home, but you will be able to go through that home as well. We also have the Little Home, and we call it the Little Home because it's 1,500 square feet, and it's actually owned by Laura and Brian Little. And that home is Christmas already from top to bottom. The home is beautifully decorated with forest green and burgundy colors, so that sets the scene already. And then she has a significant amount of family heirlooms that are throughout as well, so that's a nice home. Anne and Joby Nash's home is a visual delight, and she has really started decorating already. Last weekend, we actually met there with the editor of the Home and Garden section of the Oregonian, and that home will be featured in the Oregonian as well as the News Register this year. So Anne and Joby have a delightful, fresh take on it. They have 3 young daughters. It's a young family that lives there, and she is a designer, and absolutely just the whole house twinkles with Christmas already. It's really fun. And then Gina and Alan Amerson live just off of Hill Road in West Wind, and their home is a stunning Northwest-style craftsman home. And this is our 5th home that people will be able to go through. It's over 4,000 square feet, and the wonderful thing about this home is that it's all handicap accessible. The woods, the stone throughout are just rich and make you feel as though you're really in a lodge. This year's homes are absolutely some of the best I've seen, all of them. And then in conjunction with the actual tour, the Bayou Mansion is open, and it's a historical mansion built for a doctor. At one point, after he and his wife lived there, it became a restaurant, and then Ermy and Greg Brown purchased the golf course and the mansion, and it's now open for special events. And it's a historical home, so that's one of the reasons why we chose to have it where our silent auction and other festivities will take place. And that's a huge part now of this tour, as that is where most of the funds for our scholarship giving actually derive from, is from the auction out there.
Now, Alan Amerson, by the way, our landlord, we're right next to Amerson Sheet Metal, Amerson Precision Sheet Metal, and really nice guy. Mm-hmm. We'll have to go look at his home because just a gem of a guy, and be very interesting. One of the things I love about the older homes here in the Mid-Willamette Valley is I noticed it when I lived in Albany, Lebanon, and here in McMinnville as well. Tremendous amount of history, and you go to some of these homes, and especially with people who know the history, they take you through the home and they say, well, this is what happened in 18 whatever or 1910. And it's just fascinating. And they'll say, this is the table. And you stand there and they tell you an incident. There's an incident that comes to mind. I don't know whether you want to hear it or not, but this was a story of a home in rather the fact the owner of the radio station, his mother owned it. And a person was injured in a carriage accident outside the home, and they brought him into the home and did surgery on the dining room table, and it's still the same dining room table. So you're sitting there hearing this story and realizing you're standing on the same floors, looking at the same table, and there's just something about being there and realizing that this piece of furniture in this room, in this way that it's currently set, something significant happened. It's just something. It's like reaching out and touching history. It's amazing.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to have several stories like that as you walk through the Apperson home.
One of the things that I found this is Vicki Gross. One of the things I found especially interesting is we wanted to have a historic home on our tour this year, and we went back through our list of previous owners that had opened their homes. And this particular home, the Apperson home, I went and researched with the city of McMinnville and found it on the list of historic registered homes. And I went to the city and I pulled up records from its being able to be registered as such. Certain paperwork had to be filed. We discovered that it was built in 1897 by E.C. Apperson, a gentleman who came to McMinnville from previously in eastern Oregon, and he particularly wanted a home that was very settlable. He was a major banker in the town. He had a family to raise here. He was very instrumental in the activities at Linfield as well. He became a treasurer at the city in the College of Linfield. But one of the things that I found interesting is the description of the historic nature of the home, some of the things that were captured, and one being the leaded glass windows that are still out there today. But it was interesting in the write-up of the story, and when you're talking about stories here, one of the things that was written up was about those leaded glass windows, because they said, one of the owners mentioned, they said, how could you possibly be unhappy in a home with so many windows full of rainbows? And I thought that was really kind of clever. The other thing that's fun about this particular house, too, is there is a holly tree that's out on the front yard in the corner of it, and it actually, too, is registered with the city of McMinnville as the oldest holly tree in McMinnville.
Interesting. So how do people go on the tour? Do they just show up and say, I'm here? Do they buy tickets in advance?
They can purchase tickets at each one of the homes. However, they are also available at the News Register, Oregon Stationers, and the Hallmark store. We do also, each one of the members of Soroptimist have tickets for sale, and we would love to sell them in advance. This year, we have Harvest Fresh providing all of the refreshments out at the Bayou, and we're just delighted for that, for sure. But they do need a count also to know how many people are coming. So with those pre-sold tickets, we are just able to give them a better count.
And we think the cost is rather reasonable, too. $20 for about 6 hours of entertainment is fun, but we're also giving a reduced price of $15 for those who would be attending who are 62 and over. That's a great opportunity. And we've also discovered generations of women really enjoy attending this. Mothers, grandmothers, daughters, granddaughters.
And they can take their the older women the more mature women can talk to the younger women and say, this is how we did it back then, and it's amazing that you can take that journey through time. Festivities at the Bayou Mansion are going to be 2 to 6 p.m., and again, it's Sunday, December 8th. What's going on at the Bayou Mansion, and where is it located? And tell us a little bit about that.
The Bayou Mansion is on Highway 99, just south of McMinnville, about 7 or 8 minutes from downtown McMinnville. And we will have, again, refreshments, lots of hors d'oeuvres provided by Harvest Fresh. We'll have wine by the glass out there, and for each glass of wine that is sold, the Bayou will be donating $1 towards Soroptimist as well. We have a beautiful silent auction that we do, and we are so thankful and want to give thanks right now to several artists and businesses throughout the area who have been donating throughout the last few years. This auction, in conjunction with the tour, has only been going on for 6 years. This year, we have a package with a stay out at the Cannery Pier Hotel in Astoria with several amenities that will be included with that. We also have about 10 small tabletop Christmas trees that different artists and florists in the area have decorated. We have a night's stay at the Skamania Lodge. We have just lots of baskets from different businesses throughout the area, and we're delighted. We're absolutely excited. Plus, we have lots of wine. Archery Summit, one of my favorites, has donated a magnum of wine, the Renegade Ridge 2010, and it is about a $363 package because it also includes a tour and tasting for 4. So there are some very fine wines from the different wineries in the area as well. Hence our name, the Wine Country Holiday Home Tour.
One of the things, too, that's going on at the Bayou is the ongoing entertainment, too. From 2 to 6, we will have entertainment out there. And this year especially, we're excited because we have a trio of young people from the Delphian School who'll be there playing very soft, gentle, lovely Christmas music in the background. But
that's nice.
The Bayou has an opportunity upstairs where we will have silent auction items not only on the lower level but also on the upper level, along with the treats, as Mary mentioned, coming from Harvest Fresh, but having them entertained, and we're looking forward to that. The other piece of entertainment is a harpist that will be playing.
Nadia King will be playing from 2 to 3:30, and then the students from the Delphian School will be there from 4 to 5:30.
Very interesting. Let's talk about Soroptimist. What is Soroptimists? What do you do? Where is the money going to be going towards? And tell us a little bit about the organization. Talking to Gretchen Olson now.
Thank you, and thank you for this opportunity to say a few words about this organization. I've been a member for 8 years, and I have to tell you that this is just one of the finest service organizations that women can join here locally and around the world. We are international. It's about a 93-year-old international program. We in McMinnville, Soroptimists International McMinnville, are almost 63 years old. What I want to say is that there is an incredible amount of energy and camaraderie in this group of women. We meet every week, as do other social or service organizations, from noon to 1. We have a catered lunch and a speaker, and every week this speaker is somebody from our community, usually, who gives us a little input about other opportunities for us to support. We've had recently the Relief Nursery. We've learned about it, and in turn we've donated about $900 for car seats for the babies who are there as a high-risk relief nursery. Our money that we are raising from this tour is vitally important to all of our causes. the Soroptimist means, it's a coined Latin word that means the best for women. And that is our goal, is to really increase the opportunities for girls and women to have the best life they possibly can. And we find that that is really true through a good education. So we are extremely supportive of any program that expands the opportunity for high school girls to finish their education, for them to go on to college. One of our biggest awards is called the Women's Opportunity Award. We give this every year to a woman who is head of household, which means that she is the main breadwinner for the family. In many cases, this is a single mother. So she's got one or more children. She's trying to improve her life. She can't barely, put food on the table, pay the rent, whatever, with a low-paying job. So we encourage her to go on to school and get a more of a career. And so we will give several $1,000s to this person, who then can go on to our regional level and international or national level to earn more awards. We've had some fabulous stories about these women who have gone on to a career and to give back to their community. We also support programs. One of our biggest projects is to bring awareness and an end to the sex trafficking of young girls, which is particularly a problem here in the Pacific Northwest. We have given close to $3,000 to help support a shelter for these girls. And we will be having, I want to remind your listeners that January 11th, a Saturday, is a National Human Trafficking Awareness Day. We will be having an all-day program here at the community center with workshops, speakers, panels, to acquaint local people with the dire situation, the insidious situation of sex trafficking of our young girls. I could keep going. Do you?
Oh, no,
I don't. I could just go for another half hour.
That's fine. Thank you for doing that. We worked with a ministry in Bend, Oregon, and we interviewed some of the girls the young people that were on the street. A lot of kids would migrate would catch a train or other modes of transportation from Portland to Bend and they would do what's called spange, which is they would beg for money, and so you had a lot of homeless kids on the street in Bend, because Bend has a reputation of having a lot of money. A lot of rich people go there, and I asked one of the kids why they go to Bend to live instead of Portland. They said it's safer to live on the streets in Bend than Portland. And so there was a ministry there that was engaged in reaching out to these kids, because there's, for lack of a better term, there's harvesters, and what they do is they go and they find these kids, and especially the young ladies, and if they're an attractive young lady, they have to keep an eye, her friends keep an eye on her, because they'll take her, and then some night she'll come up missing, and she'll just vanish. And then they'll put her on what's called a circuit, and that circuit goes all throughout the Northwest, goes through Vegas, goes through Portland, so on and so forth, and they only keep them in a community for 2 weeks, so they don't build any relationships, so they can get out of they keep them going. And they can do their thing for like 20 hours a day or 18 hours a day or whatever, and it's terrible. They treat them like cattle, and it's bad news.
Well, it is taking over the second largest means of illegal trafficking. Number one is drugs in the world, and number two has been arms, guns, and whatnot. Human trafficking is taking over that spot, because you can sell drugs once, and a gun once, but you can sell a young girl, as you said, 10, 20 times in a day. And so we have to end this. It's not good for. It's horrible for them and horrible for our culture, our society.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad
we have
stuff.
That. But we also, coming up in March, we have our annual community baby shower, and this is you'll find boxes throughout the county to donate any form of clothing, diapers, toys, and this is given to the Department of Human Services so that they can help children that are being removed from homes, sometimes in the middle of the night, without any extra clothing or diapers. And so we try to keep a good storehouse of supplies for them. And so please remember in March to have our diapers available to donate to these boxes. April, we will be hosting in our area a woman from Soroptimists International of Australia. It's our grant of friendship. And we will be showing her what it's like to be a Soroptimist here. And then May is elephant ears at the UFO days, and in the summer we have our elephant ear booth at the Turkey Rama. So while a lot of people will say, yes, I'm in Soroptimist, they say, oh, you're the elephant ear ladies. Well, we like to be known for a few other things, so please try to remember that we are, the scholarships are wonderful. We do have a December 1st application date, a deadline for some of our scholarships, and we really are looking for some good applicants.
We also have the website available for that application process. It's www.simcminnville.org. Again, www.simcminnville.org. And I would encourage any young woman who's listening to this program, and you don't have to be young. You actually can be, as Gretchen said, a single mother. And if you're interested in more information on our club, we would encourage you to visit our website. We have information on there about the tour. We have information about our scholarships. We have information about all our programs, our fundraisers, our projects. It's a great website, very interactive.
Well, thank you. I know you're very active in the community, and thank you for everything you do. There's a list of projects you do, and some of them are extremely worthwhile. So is there anything else you'd like to add about the holiday tour? Membership drive. Now, so if a young lady hears this that she wants to join up, she can just contact you through the various means you mentioned and figure out how to get involved. Now, are there dues or monthly meetings? Yes.
We meet every week from noon to 1 at the community center, except the second Tuesday of the month at 5:15 at the community center for our business meeting. So again, the website will give you contact information to come to one of the meetings. We hope you come and visit and see what we're all about, and there is something for everyone. We have such an active, energetic group. There are committees that are meeting regularly and planning activities. We also have fun. We try to have a lot of fun things for ourselves, and in order to nurture and help improve the lives of women, girls out there, we also try to nurture ourselves. So we do some fun things like a progressive dinner or a Christmas dinner or that sort of thing. We manage to have a lot of fun too.
And I would encourage anybody who's interested in coming today. We will be meeting at noon today at the community center, and Mark Wickman of Wickman, Patterson, and Corrigan will be our speaker. And his topic today is wonderful, I think. It's on transitions and how we all go through transitions in life, and really to begin anew, you must transition out of the old. And it's going to be a pretty terrific talk, I think. Mark is charismatic when he talks and is very interesting. And so this is going to be a good one. So I'd encourage everybody or anybody who's interested in attending today to just come to the community center, and we meet upstairs.
Very good. The beautiful place, the community center.
Yes, it is.
Thank you for being with us on the show today. Any parting thoughts that we need to share that we haven't had a chance to mention yet?
Just to say that this is the 25th annual one, and we're so excited about it this year. We've tried to enlarge our own footprint of advertising, particularly to be able to get the word out to a lot of people to attend, because our goal this year is to raise $10,000 without expenses. So we're excited to be able to have more attendees. Last year we had 68 new people come through that had never been on the tour. We've also discovered there are people here in town that don't even know about this event, and even though it's been going on for 25 years. So we're excited to be able to share this day with you, Dave. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. So
Thank
spread the
you.
word. And it's again happening Sunday, December 8th. And the times again are for the tour?
The tour is from noon to 4 p.m., and then the festivities out at the mansion will be 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. And again, the tickets are available at Oregon Stationers, Kathleen's Hallmark, and this year they've been added at the News Register as well as well as any Soroptimist member.
Okay, thank you for what you do for the community.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much
Dave.
for
Thanks
having
us, Dave.
And what we also want to remind you is if you missed this show, maybe you caught at the tail end of it, maybe you want to listen to it again, you can go to our website, KLYC.us. All of the interviews we do, whatever we do, whether we're doing them with clients that we have for advertising, whether we're doing cruiser reports like we did one yesterday at the barbecue stand in Dundee, and just everywhere. Find them on our website, KLYC.us. There's also a calendar of events about the upcoming, one of the promotions we started is Your Day. And we're honoring an individual here in Yamhill County that helps the community. And especially what we're looking for is people who do not usually get a lot of notoriety. There's some people that we're contacting right now. Of course, what we do is we ask you first if it's okay if we do this, because some people, for whatever reason, may not want to have their name mentioned every hour on the hour for 24 hours on the radio station for whatever reason. So we make sure it's okay with them before we do it, and then we do it. But we're also looking for people that don't usually get a lot of publicity, people that are just for 20 years or 10 years, and they just show up every day and they do the job and make the wheels turn, and we want to mention those people as well. Send your nominations to dave@klyc.us, or you can call the station at 503-472-1260. One of the shows we have coming up on Cup of Coffee that we're pretty excited about is going to be, we're still looking for a date to do it. It's going to be sometime in the next 2 weeks, the week of December 2nd or the week of December 9th. We're working with Silas of the Yamhill County Health Department. We're going to have a whole hour dedicated to talking about affordable health care, Cover Oregon, but more specifically, how the efforts for coordinated care organizations in Yamhill County are going to interface with that. We're going to have a physician in the studios. We're going to have Silas with the Yamhill County Health Department about what they're doing at the Yamhill County Health Department and how it looks, how it works, how the nuts and bolts of this thing work together. You've heard a lot about affordable care. You've heard a lot about this isn't working. Cover Oregon has issues. The national program has issues. But there's a lot going on in the local effort to improve access to health care and to help you hook up with this organization, especially here locally in Yamhill County. We will definitely promote that program when we get a date, and we're trying to get a date when all of the 3 guests for that show are going to be able to show up. And it's going to be sometime in the week of December 2nd, which is a Monday that week, and December 9th. Now, we do Cup of Coffee here in the studio Monday through Thursday. Friday, we generally hang out with the McMinnville Area Chamber of Commerce when they go do their greeters, and we take the show on the road. We're looking at taking the show more on the road in the future, more about that to come. And then check our website for more information. Make sure you check the calendar, find out whose day it's going to be. Well, today it is Leonard DeWitt Day. Tomorrow it's going to be Adam Garvin Day. Now, Adam Garvin is the owner of Extreme Auto Spa, and Adam worked for a month. He put several $1,000s worth of work into the Yam van to resurrect that, bring that back from the brink, so to speak, and he did a really, really good job on it. He said when he was a young kid, he noticed the Yam van was at the McMinnville High School at the football games, and it was just kind of sitting here at the station rusting in place, and he took that as a project, and we worked with him on it, and it's now looking a whole lot better, and thank you to Adam. So he has his day on the 20th, which is tomorrow. Bob Landier Day. Landier, he's the owner of T&E General Store in Yamhill. It's going to be his day on Thursday, and let's take a look at who else we have coming up. Gunny Brandon. Gunny Brandon is a World War II, I believe it's Korean and Vietnam. We're going to have him on Cup of Coffee here sometime soon. We're also looking at some other things we're going to do with Gunny, but it's Gunny's Day on Friday, coming up Friday, November 22nd on KLYC. But every day is a new day, and we're looking for names. If you want to nominate somebody, send us an email to dave@klyc.us or yourday@klyc.us, or call us at the station, 503-472-1260. And if we don't answer the phone, make sure you leave a voice message. We'll get back to you. Thank you for listening. Ladies, thank you for being with us here on Cup of Coffee this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you very much.
AM 1260 KLYC, and the cruise continues. Good morning.